All right, what's up, guys? Sean here. So I'm a little fired up. I was going to plan a little bit more before making this video just so I could articulate my points a little bit more clearly. However, I'm just going to go off the cuff for now, but I want to introduce you to someone who thinks that people who have Mandela effect sensitivity are dipshits. Also, be mindful that I might say some bad words in this video. So if you have kids around, be mindful of that. If swear words bother you, maybe it's not the video for you. But I'm going to show you now. Moneybag73 alerted some of us to this complete bullshit video that this dude with 90,000 subscribers, he's basically a complete jackass. So anyway, I'm going to show you a little bit of his video. This piece of work. He comes across as a fucking asshole. Talking down, very arrogant, assumes that he's right about everything, and that people who have a different idea than him are fucking idiots. Let me prove my point.
So what's up, everybody? How's it going out there? In this video I'm going to talk about the Mandela effect, okay? And this is probably the most important Mandela effect video ever, okay? So because of the Mandela effect, if you're not really familiar with the Mandela effect, you should probably...
It's the most important Mandela effect video ever because he's going to tell all you guys that you're stupid bullshit motherfuckers who don't know anything.
Check it out. I'm sure you'll find plenty of videos on it on YouTube, or maybe even a quick little Google search, you'll end up finding something. But because the Mandela effect is becoming more and more popular in, I guess you can say, culture, in our culture, and people are talking about it more, there's been a lot of time and money dedicated into the study of the Mandela effect.
Now, a lot of time, I suppose, Mandela effect became it started hitting a lot of people. A lot of people realized reality's a little freaking different than they realized. Reality got a little weird. People, very smart, intelligent people, doctors, teachers, nurses, professional individuals, and a whole bunch of other people in other categories have all had these life-changing experiences. Yet there's millions of examples that could go either way, but there are plenty of very intelligent people who had life-changing experiences because what they lived through, not some random memory about a letter and a movie line, but what they experienced in life is completely different and never happened based on how they remember. Yes, memory is flawed, and yes, there are plenty of Mandela effect instances where it is a mistake, and there's plenty that are real. But anyway, yes, a lot of time. 2015 is when it hit me. That was a little bit early on. A lot of people came on in 2016. So yeah, in the last couple of years, you could say people have spent time, but not money, dude. Not money. Not a lot of money, at least not that I know of.
And top researchers here in the United States, as well as in Europe, and even as far down as South America, have been studying this, and they've figured out what it is. The number of...
Top researchers in the world have been putting their minds together for Mandela effect. Most of you guys who are listening to this video right now know that could not be for... Well, it could be theoretically possible, but very unlikely that any mainstream revenue is going towards this. Yes, there are those in the well, anyway, yeah. So anyway, I'm done on that one.
From what I recall, was close to about like $37 billion was used to study this.
Yeah, 30. So this dude, obviously, he's full. I mean, he's full of it. He's making that up on purpose. He's trying to emphasize certain points to come across in a certain way. He's trying to come across as putting more emphasis on certain things. $37 billion spent by the world's leading scientists to study Mandela effect. 100% blatant bullshit lie. Yeah, I don't know why my computer wants to restart. Okay, 37 billion.
And they ended up figuring out what the Mandela effect is, and what they're going to do is they're going to actually change the name of it because now they know exactly what it is. So it used to be called the Mandela effect.
Are you guys like ready? You ready to hear what the new name for Mandela effect is?
But now it's going to start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole that has no observation skills and lacks long-term memory.
Okay, for clarification purposes, let's make sure we got this right. This asshole believes that people who have Mandela effect sensitivity are...
Now it's going to start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole that have...
What was it?
Now it's going to start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole.
But wait a minute. I don't like... I try not to brag. I don't want to come across as like conceited or anything. But my IQ is north of 150, and I'm highly Mandela affected in a whole bunch of ways, like profound anchor memories.
Now it's going to start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole.
I love the term retard. It's so classy. It's so awesome and cutting edge. Retard. Such a fucking awesome word to use, butt face.
It's going to start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole.
Wait a minute. What are Mandela effect sensitive people?
Start being called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole.
Well, fuck you, dude. Who are you?
Start being
do you know everything? Are you right? Oh, wait. We'll watch the rest of this video. This guy's convinced that there's no way he could be wrong. Not a chance.
Called incoherent, retard, dumb shit, fucking asshole that has no observation skills and lacks long-term memory. Because that's all the Mandela effect is. It's just a bunch of dumb assholes that think something...
A bunch of dumb assholes. He has lumped together all these individuals from all these walks of life as dumb assholes.
Used to be a certain way when it actually isn't, because there's no evidence to support that. Let me give you a really good example. You end up having...
Yeah, let's hear a good example, you fucker.
The common one of like, it used to be called Jiffy peanut butter, but now it's Jif. It was never called Jiffy.
Okay, so, all right, I mean, Jiffy and Jif, yeah, they're like, I have a little bit of resonance to the Jiffy, but not enough where, like, there's plenty of people out there on YouTube who are very animate about what they remember. For me, Jiffy, it feels familiar, but I know there's Jiffy Pop out there. Jif, for me, that's not a big one. It is an example he's using.
There was Jif, and then there was Skippy.
Yep, I agree, dude. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Doesn't mean that there wasn't a Jiffy peanut butter, because there's plenty of people who remember that. But yes, the Jiffy Pop and Jif peanut butter, from the very beginning, I thought that was a possible area of confusion, and that's where that Mandela effect might have come from.
And what's happened is your brain, being a piece of shit that it is, has...
So basically, not only Mandela effect sensitive individuals, but people who make mistakes have what, piece of shit brains? Is that what this dude is saying?
Skippy. And what's happened is your brain, being a piece of shit that...
All right, so your brain, you have a piece of shit brain if you're Mandela effect sensitive. This guy's over the top. Yes, I've had some negative criticisms against him so far, just using, simple adjectives. But man, this guy's on a mission.
It is, has put the two together, and now you've got Jiffy. But you also end up having the phrase, be there in a jiffy. Our brains fill in the gaps a lot of times.
They do fill in the gaps a lot of times, yes. There are plenty of mistakes that people make when they're thinking that their memory of something is one way and it's not, and it seems to have changed. Yes, there are plenty of mistakes to be made. I agree. Plenty of mistakes. Of course, he says that exactly 100% of all Mandela effect situations are the dumbasses who don't know anything.
And our brains a lot of times assume certain things without really looking at shit in its entirety. And this is why it's really important to proofread. I don't proofread. But there's a lot of times I'll be typing and I'm like, it looks good. Hit return. And I'll even read it and I'm like, it looks fine. And then later on I realize I left out words. I misspelled something. And it was because my brain is seeing what it wants to see.
So I'm not trying to completely harp on this guy, but he's talking about typing quickly into a computer, making spelling mistakes as you're typing quickly, versus some of these Mandela effect reality shifts. Dude, I remember the Berenstein with an E bears. I remember, not because I can picture it in my mind, all right, dude? It's not because I can see it in my brain and I swear it was an E. It's just not me saying, I swear it was an E. That's what I remember. No, dude, no. I lived a life where I had a conversation in my own head. And I processed the following. Is it pronounced Stein or Steen? Why does no one ever call it the Berenstein Bears? All right? It had a fucking E, not a fucking A when I was younger. 100%, no, 99%, because you never know. I might be fucking crazy.
And have you ever noticed that the Mandela effect is always about shit that doesn't really matter, that you could have also easily overlooked, right? It's never something kind of like, there used to be New York, now there's no New York. We used to think Ronald Reagan was president. Turns out that it was Bill Cosby.
Okay, that's funny that this dude brings this up. It is relevant, it is valid, and yes, it is true. Almost all Mandela effects are small changes. There is a reason for that. I just did a video freaking 2 days ago about that very thing, dude. I'm not going to get into it too much, but the basic summarization of this is the following. The reason Mandela effect changes are small is because whatever is overseeing this, call it God, call it the universe, call it the creator, call it the consciousness of whatever, but whatever is overseeing the Mandela effect experience on humans is not going to allow the changes to be too severe and significant because it would cause trauma and basically freaking mental damage to most individuals. If you wake up in the morning and the country that you grew up in has a different name or your house is a different color magically, then holy shit, many people will go insane. There is compassion, some level of compassion where that's not going to happen. Only the small shifts will happen. I'm not going to get into like Mandela effect, parallel reality and all that and why it's happening. But the reason there aren't huge changes, like the president being different, is because that would cause too many people to lose their freaking minds for real. Bro.
It's nothing like that. It's always subtle little things that you don't pay attention to. You know, kind of like, oh, the grave next to your great-grandmother used to say Bachman with one N, but now it's Bachman with two N's. Ooh. It's never anything that's actually important. And it's so fucking typical of human beings to do this, that when something goes wrong, or they don't understand something, the default position is magic, magic.
Who the fuck in Mandela effect communities calls it magic? I mean, you're referring to magic as something else. You're referring to the attributes of what one would consider something magic. But seriously, man, like you're way in left field now. Just like the 37 billion. This is like this whole like they're saying it's magic. That's your angle. That is not the common perception from Mandela effect people or people in general.
People think that the Mandela effect is there's a twist in time. It's alternate universes.
So it's funny, like, you know, like it's possible that it is a twist in time. It's possible that it's alternative universes. This dude is 100% locked in. There's no fucking way. Anybody who believes that is a fucking dipshit.
Kind of coming together and going outside of each other. It's due to time travelers altering the past and the butterfly effect and all that stuff.
For the record, there's no way the time traveler thing. No way, man. But anyway, that's just my own personal little take.
Isn't it more likely you were just simply wrong?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes people who have a Mandela effect issue, yes, wrong. Sometimes people are wrong, and it may be even more than 50% of the time. But it only takes one real Mandela effect to blast a hole through any of the skeptics' arguments. My computer is going to restart in 5 minutes. Alrighty then. Anyway, so let's get on with this.
Isn't it more likely that you were incorrect on your memory? Isn't it more likely that you're just a retarded dumb fuck? Isn't that more...
See, I don't know if he's got a bunch of anger inside him or if he's just completely like blown away by like he's just in his own mind so much so that he has to be right. He's so right that anyone else outside of him who has a different opinion has to be completely wrong. He's just so disrespectful, so condescending. What the fuck, dude? Who are you?
More likely than magic or time travelers or anything along that line. What, isn't it possible? Let's just entertain this idea for a second. Isn't it possible you might have been wrong?
Yes.
Just throwing it out.
That's funny. I've been doing Mandela Effect videos since August of 2015, and I consistently make sure I throw out the disclaimer that I might be fucking wrong. How about you to throw out the disclaimer that you might be fucking wrong?
Out there. I'm just throwing it out there. Absolutely not. I remember Superman Peanut Butter having a picture of Lois Lane taking a shit, and now it doesn't have it. Well, nobody else remembers it. There might be a few people that remember. They go, oh my God. Dude, I remember Colonel Sanders actually having a military uniform. Colonel Sanders never had that. Have you ever noticed that they never ask the people that actually designed this shit, like the Staples logo, say, hey, did it always have that like bent staple for that?
All right, so what he's talking about now is like the people who work at like, let's say a Ford factory with the building the Ford vehicles, and they ask if the logo is different for them. No, it's always been this way. Of course they're not gonna freaking notice a Ford change because of what I was just talking about, where if the change is too much, it's gonna be overwhelming. So if you're paying attention to something really closely, if you're studying car logos, you're just obsessed with it. Before Mandela Effect, you're just studying car logos all the time. Yeah, the logos probably are not going to change for you. Here, get ready to get your mind blown, but there's literally an infinite amount of different Mandela Effect realities that humans live. I know that sounds like fucking stupid, whatever. But there can be a dude who the Ford logo is all, he works in the Ford factory, the Ford logo is always exactly the same for him, but yet he experienced other Mandela Effect changes, but not the Ford one. But somebody who did not pay attention closely to the logo changed for them. That's not 100% clear. But I'm running out of time here.
Yeah, we designed it like that because it's a staple. You know, it's like it's always been like that. Corporate would all be like, it's always been like that. People had old staple shirts and everything. It's always been like that. Even on the products, it's always been like that. If you ended up doing something like that, which people kind of have done, but not necessarily going to the people that made the designs, whatever, the people that believe in the Mandela Effect and time travel and all this other shit, what they do is they look at that and they go, yeah, well, I remember that it used to be this, and all of these people, their minds have been changed. All these people's minds have been changed from the butterfly effect, from alternate universes, going in together and outside of one another and twisting around. Did I mention the flat earth is real? It's so much easier to accept that everybody else in the world is completely batshit crazy and wrong, and magic is real, and I'm right. It's how convenient. What a great position to have in life, to be able to completely ignore all of reality, and everybody else is wrong, I'm always right, and the answer is magic. The Mandela Effect is fucking stupid. I look at some of these videos sometimes and they're like, it used to be this, now it's this. It was never that. It was never that. You know, but you can't tell these people that. They want to believe this shit. It's magic. Do you believe in magic? And from what I understand, there's people that are in the religious, I guess you could say, communities that have really latched on to this Mandela Effect, and they love it because it's magic, and it helps confirm certain beliefs that they end up having. The Mandela Effect is nothing more than human error. These things are not changing before your very eyes, and if they are, why is it we only see things that nobody really gives a shit about change? Things that you would overlook or...
Because they're little minor changes, because if it was a huge change, it would fuck people's brains up. It would fuck people's minds up. It would be a clusterfuck. And whatever is behind the Mandela Effect is not having people have too big of a change at once so that it's overwhelming.
Ordinarily, because they don't matter. Important things never change. Somebody say, well, Nelson Mandela dying is important. Nelson Mandela dying isn't important, not to people in the United States or anywhere else. People down there where he was at, they might have, his followers, but his followers would have known. He didn't fucking die. And there's also the possibility that the people in prison could have actually put out a false report saying that he died. There's also people, like maybe the National Enquirer, that could have put out that he died. There were stories about Osama bin Laden dying numerous times before he actually ended up dying. And it doesn't really matter, because Nelson Mandela's an asshole. I think people are confusing him with Noriega, actually. I think people are confusing. I don't even know if Noriega's fucking dead. I don't care, because he doesn't matter. He's easy to overlook, just like Nelson Mandela. He's easy to overlook. The only reason why I know about Nelson Mandela anyways is because that fucking song I had to listen to all the time. Free Nelson Mandela. That's the only reason why I even know the guy is. I don't give a fuck about the dude. How horrible is that? You know, you end up being a political figure, and when you die, the only thing that people remember you by is the fact that humans have bad memory. Horrible. Anyway, guys, that's that. That's the truth about the Mandela Effect, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. You can take it or leave it. You can like it or love it. I don't give a fuck, because that's the truth about the Mandela Effect. It's all about human error and how the brain ends up filling in gaps, and your observation skills fucking suck. How do you like them apples? Anyway, guys, till next time, I'll talk to you later.
All right, so now we've been enlightened. Now we know that we're all fucking full of shit. We're all full of shit. We all fucking suck. We know nothing. We're dumbasses with fucking stupid brains. Come on, dude. Seriously, man. I don't know if you passionately believe this and you're just really, really, really trying to drive home the point because there's just no way reality shift stuff. There's no way that could be real. So it's so fucking over the top ridiculous for you. There's that people who buy into this, especially people who really buy into it, like me, for example, or plenty of other people, are completely nuts. I mean, oh man, wow. Okay, just so, dude, like so. One more thing, okay? So explain to me how it's possible that I remember watching Field of Dreams. I watched it once. It was a good movie. There was a voice in the sky that said, if you build it, they will come. And I was trying to figure out for the whole fucking movie what they meant. They. Who are they? And I'm halfway through the movie, okay, it's the baseball players. No, it's the dad. Yeah, I know. In this timeline, he will come, the dad. They, the baseball players. At the end of the movie. Field of Dreams is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's awesome. Kevin Costner, wonderful actor. The end of the movie, there's a huge line of cars trying to get to the ball game and the farmhouse. I said out loud, that's what he meant by they. Come on, dude. Open your mind a little bit. You might be wrong. You might be wrong. Just saying.